Hi Sunday School students. Today I'm going to be doing a demo for our art project for our Stormy Seas lesson. We've been talking a lot about the storms that happen in life. We've been thinking about different kinds of storms, storms that involve lots of rain or lots of snow or that are very cold or have a lot of wind, all sorts of kinds of storms. Some storms happen on the land and some storms happen over the water. So I'm going to do a little bit of a painting as a demo for you today, and then I want you to all use these ideas to create your own paintings today. Have fun making art. So I have my piece of paper here, and I'm going to start with a bigger brush, or you can use a wadded up paper towel if you don't have a big brush, because only a small brush comes in your kit. And I'm going to start by thinking about my storm as having lots of wind, and I'm going to just put up some clouds in the sky with my water, and then down here I'm going to make water with my water, like the stormy seas down here, and I'm just putting some water on so that my paper is a little bit wet in some places. Okay? Then I am going to take a smaller brush and I am going to dip it in my water, and then I'm going to dip it in my storm colors. So I think I'm going to use some dark blue for my storm. And if I just barely touch my brush, look at this. See how when I touch it to a place that's already wet, it'll spread with the water. This is a water on water technique. And when I put it, look at that exciting thing that happened right there. Okay, now I'm going to put a little up here. Oh, look at the color spreading. And then I'm going to rinse my brush out really good. And maybe I'll try another color of blue, a little bit different blue. And I'll put that over here, and I'll see what happens. And I'll put a little over here, and I'll put a little over here. Oops, it was dry there, so nothing really happened. I could add a little water maybe, and then it'll spread maybe. Oh, there we go. Okay. Then I'm going to try a little bit of, put a little over here. And maybe I'll add a little bit more water up here. And then maybe I'll mix a little bit of red with some blue. What happens if I mix red and blue together? You're right, I get a purple color, don't I? And sometimes when you have a storm, there's a little purple in it. So I'm going to try a little purple. It's just kind of going into that. And see how it blends and the color sort of rides on the water and rides with the other color? It's pretty exciting to watch the color spread on your paper, isn't it? Okay, and maybe you might even try adding a little bit of black in, because sometimes in a storm the clouds start to look kind of dark. Okay, so we can see what happens if we add a little black in places too. How the water how it spreads out and makes our clouds up here maybe get a little bit dark. It's kind of pretty watching what happens. Sometimes the water gets a place on my paper gets a little dried out, and I have to add more water for the wet on wet idea to work. So before we go down here into the water, I'm going to add a little bit more water. It helps if you tape your paper down, and I put watercolor paper into all of your boxes, and you might want to tape your paper down even so that ooh, look at that go, so that it doesn't wrinkle on the edges. Okay, then you can make your waves down below, your wavy water. Okay, so you can just start coming in and deciding how you want to put your colors in to make it look like wavy water down here. A little bit on my paper. But look at how pretty this is, right? Really does look pretty. And then when you're all done, you can just set your your watercolor to dry. Well, that's really pretty, isn't it? So here are my waves that I'm making with the water. And I think I'll make some lighter waves and some darker waves. So you just get to play with this until you get it to look the way that you want your picture to look, okay? There's the line that goes between my stormy water and my sky. All right, so there's my finished stormy painting. I hope you have fun making your stormy paintings.